Hi, my name is Dr. Emily Schaller, and I'm here at NASA's Wallops Flight Facility on the eastern shore of Virginia. We're here because NASA is using airplanes to study hurricanes. The mission is called HS-3, which stands for the Hurricane and Severe Storm Sentinel. What's a severe storm sentinel? It's actually a remotely controlled airplane called the Global Hawk Unmanned Aerial Vehicle, or UAV. Pilots fly the plane from a cockpit on the ground. NASA is using these Global Hawks to study hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean by flying over and around them. The Global Hawk can fly for very long periods of time at very high altitudes. It can fly almost twice as high as a commercial jet, and it can fly for over 24 hours without stopping. That's why scientists are using the Global Hawk for the HS-3 mission, so they can continuously study storms as they develop. Forecasters have a pretty good idea of where these storms go, but what they want to know is, will they grow? We spoke with NASA mission scientists about how the Global Hawk will help improve their understanding of hurricane formation and growth, and why it's so important for us to learn more about hurricanes.
The Hurricane and Severe Storm Sentinel has a goal to try to better understand the processes that control the intensity of storms. The ability to predict the intensity is very important because it impacts people in the coastal zones who, if they're anticipating a tropical storm, a Category 1 storm, and they end up getting a Category 3 storm, it makes a big difference in terms of their ability to prepare and deal with the storm consequences.
And this is really important because the category of a hurricane is the intensity of the winds associated with a hurricane. So a Category 5 hurricane is much more destructive than a Category 1. So being able to predict the difference between just a tropical storm, a Category 1, up to a Category 5 is really, really crucial to saving lives and lessening damage and so forth, particularly saving lives.
The benefit of HS-3 compared to any other hurricane mission is the fact that we have these planes able to fly upwards of 24 hours, and being able to monitor a storm for that long period of time and getting constant data, we can actually catch changes in the storm.
We will use 2 Global Hawks. One Global Hawk flies over vast areas around a hurricane. It measures the environment that a hurricane is embedded in. And then the second Global Hawk, instead of sampling the vast area, it goes right in to look at the eye and the eye wall and the inner core processes of a hurricane.
people that come and go to man this aircraft.
Now, pilots know how to fly planes and they can tell the plane where to go, but how does a pilot actually know where to go? You have to have scientific information. Now, the scientists sit in a separate trailer. We have computers sitting in front of us. We bring in satellite information. We bring in forecast information. And because weather can change so fast, they can collect that information, interpret it, and then relay it to the pilots and say, well, instead of going over to this point, why don't you go over to this point over here, which is where we think the eye has relocated. So it's a great team between the scientists and the pilots to actually get the most information you can out of a flight.
How can you become involved in our mission? You can follow the plane too, just like the pilots and scientists do, by participating in live chats, or you can get live updates on where the plane is flying right from your own classroom.
You can definitely be a part of our mission by actually being able to look at the same screen we're looking at. I'm looking at where the plane is flying with respect to the storm, and you have access to the same data I get to look at. You have access to see the plane's altitude, you can see the wind speeds, you can see the wind direction, and you can chat live with pilots, with forecasters, mission scientists, and we're looking at the same thing you are, and that's just really exciting to know that you can ask us any question at any time, and we are right there looking at the same thing.
To learn more about our mission, visit nasa.gov/HS3. See you next time on NASA Airborne.